There's good, there's bad, and then there's the worst. What is the worst Royal Caribbean cruise ship? I'll have the answer for you up next. Hey everyone, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Many first-time cruisers are eager to learn the best Royal Caribbean cruise ship to sail on, so a common question asked is which are the ones to be avoided? The notion of a worst Royal Caribbean ship may make sense in a way because so many other aspects of life are gauged by best versus worst. However, when it comes to Royal Caribbean ships, the answer is not so straightforward. If you're trying to determine the ships to avoid, it has less to do with an inherent flaw or problem with the ship and more to do with what you want in a cruise ship. So today, I'm going to break down how to pick the best ship so you can avoid what would be the worst Royal Caribbean cruise ship for you. Let's start off with finding the best ship for you. And the simple answer is there is no single worst Royal Caribbean ship in the fleet because every cruise ship offers a different experience that caters to specific styles of cruising. Just like a vacation to the Grand Canyon or Chicago may appeal to certain people as an amazing trip, while others may cringe at the idea of going to either of those places, cruise ships come in different sizes with different amenities to carry a certain appeal. When you pick the right cruise ship to sail on, it's a question of what do you want the ship to have on board, and does that ship have what you're looking for? A very common first-time cruise mistake is not understanding the features and amenity each ship offers to guests and booking a ship primarily based on price because they assume all the ships are the same. When it comes to any cruise line, the cruise ships are not carbon copies of each other. Cruise ships are not like Ford Mustangs or Toyota Corollas in that they're just copied over and over and over and over again with the same features and amenities. So the real question is, what is the worst Royal Caribbean cruise ship for you? So let's move on to the next step, which is what the ship offers and doesn't offer. And the key to finding the best ship for you is to do a little research into what makes each ship unique and if that ship has the features, activities, and signature entertainment you want in a cruise ship. Now let's take Royal Caribbean for example. There are 26 ships in the fleet, and each is customized to make it stand out just a little bit more from the rest. Water slides, production shows, public spaces, and dining choices are just some of the ways a cruise ship can differentiate itself. While a lot of first-time cruisers may not know exactly what they want in a ship before stepping on board, there are certain expectations I think that a lot of people have based on the commercials they see on TV or on the internet, as well as stories from friends and family. Before you book a cruise vacation, you're going to want to check out the special features available on each ship, as well as what it doesn't have on board. Now, if you're looking for the major considerations, here's what to look for based on what I've seen from a lot of other cruisers. Number one, which pool activities does it offer? Water slides, pools, outdoor features. Does the ship have them or not have them? Which specialty restaurants are available on board? Are you looking for an hibachi restaurant, steakhouse, or none of the above? Does the ship have the newest thrill attractions? The flow rider, a rock climbing wall, zip line, North Star observational pod, bumper cars, these kind of things. Does the ship have a nursery? There are some ships that do not have a nursery for children under 36 months old. So if you have a toddler or an infant, this is a really important consideration. And also, which things to do for families and kids are available on the ship. Again, different refurbishments and upgrades have brought different features for different age groups and people of all ages for that matter. But you have to understand what does the ship offer for different ages. If you have teens versus young kids versus adults versus senior citizens, there may be different amenities that appeal to either group. Now, these are just starting points, but they're a good example of the subjective concerns that you may have when choosing the right ship. And this brings me back to the original point that there is no worst ship overall. Like, if we were to rank the ships, I wouldn't say, oh, no one should ever go on this cruise ship. It's a matter of what's important to you. Now, the next thing is to learn what a ship offers. Through the power of the internet, it's pretty easy to get a good idea of what's available to do on any Royal Caribbean ship. The top starting points to learn about any Royal Caribbean ship are past cruise compasses, YouTube videos just like this, and a good travel agent. Royal Caribbean distributes its ships a daily guide to activities and things to do in something called the Cruise Compass. Now, reading a past cruise compass gives you a really good ballpark idea of expectations, since sailings on a particular ship do not change that much from week to week in terms of activities or entertainment offered. There will be some discrepancies, like perhaps the movie selection or the comedian, but reading a past cruise compass will give you a general idea of what to expect in terms of things to do on board the ship. And we have an archive of past cruise compasses over at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. In addition, watching a YouTube video really allows anyone to visualize the flow of a cruise ship and get a good understanding of what there is to do on board. Now, there are a ton of videos here on YouTube that feature walkthroughs, reviews, and good breakdowns of ships. YouTube blends entertainment, information and a little bit of daydreaming together seamlessly, so it's easy to browse and learn about the ships, port stops, and nearly everything on board. If you're still a little unsure which ship might be the best, the next best advice is to leverage a good travel agent and take advantage of their expertise. A good travel agent that specializes in cruising can really help make your first royal Caribbean cruise a big success. They will help navigate you throughout the entire booking process and be your guide to what makes the most sense for you and your family. They can answer most questions and help you get the best price for your sailing as well, so keep that in mind. Now, here's how to pick a great ship for you. I'm going to break this down really simply. With everything being said, the right ship for you will depend on what you like and don't like, but I want to provide some basic tips. Number one, the newest and recently refurbished cruise ships are always safe choices for most families. Royal Caribbean has put its latest and greatest innovations and offerings on these ships, and they're generally good starting points for new cruisers. Next, do not book a cruise purely based on price. My dad does this all the time. You can find a deal on just about any Royal Caribbean cruise ship out there, so avoid the temptation just to book the lowest possible price. Look at what the ship offers. Don't just look at the price. And also, size is not everything when it comes to Royal Caribbean ships. Bigger ships offer more space for, these whiz-bang amenities that look amazing, but smaller ships still offer a more intimate and classic cruising experience. And yes, you can have a great time on some of these smaller ships out there, so don't just disregard them because they're smaller. And lastly, where your ship sails to is also an important factor. So be sure to weigh what each port of call offers and the appeal of different itineraries. If you've sailed a bunch of times to Cozumel and Nassau and you're picking another cruise to go on, maybe it's important to look at a different destination that you can sail to, and that might be even more important than the ship you're sailing on. But remember, where your cruise goes, how many port calls may also dictate how important the ship is. If you're spending a lot of time on land, you might not need that much time on the ship, so the amenities offered on board may not be as important. The bottom line is, and this is the most important thing, there is no worst cruise ship. It's a matter of what you're looking for, and the biggest mistake people do is not learning about what the ship offers and doesn't offer, and then they get on board and be like, hey, where's the water slide? Hey, where's the nursery? Hey, where's this? Those kinds of concerns are a direct result of not doing just a little bit of research to learn about the ship. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have found it helpful, if it helps you maybe pick that perfect ship for you, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts on what is the best and maybe some of the cruise ships that you've been on before that you didn't love and why. Tell us why you didn't like that for you. Put those in the comments below. While you're down there, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your notifications so that way YouTube lets you know when we have a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we'll talk again real soon.